Hi friends, my name is Flaming Hot Cheetos today because I am furious right now. And of course I dressed up even more than I usually do just for this occasion. Also, you're probably wondering, Frederic, what the fuck is going on with your lips? And to that I say, I'm sorry, I got carried away with makeup and I'm just admiring this illusion. Like, trust me, this does not look good in real life. But on camera, oh my god. And also I know my foundation doesn't match. Shut up, I'm trying to get rid of it. For those who don't know what Heartstopper is, quick summary, I've already done a review about it up here, but you can watch it, please. Highly recommend watching the show if you want to feel even worse about being single. I'm kidding, it's a great show. Just watch it, it's very cute. It's originally a webcomic, webtoon if you will, that is focused around a bunch of queer relationships in high school. It's written by Alice Oseman, and personally, I prefer the comics way more over the show, like most things. Just because it features more complexity to like the idea of what it means to be queer. Highly recommend reading it. You can buy it, you can read it wherever you want. Last year it was adapted into a Netflix show and it featured an amazing cast. Amazing, beautiful cast. And one of the main characters is portrayed by Kit Connor, who is an 18-year-old British actor. I realized I said Charlie. His name is Nick in the show. Charlie is his crush. And recently, if you're not aware, hold on to your seat, okay? He was forced to come out publicly at the age of 18 because of said fans. So it was only a matter of time before I would see this news and become absolutely blood boiling, like blood clot. I'm going to bust an eye from doing this so much with it. Cause y'all know my stance on this shit. I fucking hate it. So let's rant. Why not? This one's to the people who forced Kid Connor to come out because I hope you hate this video. Truly. Let's start off with context. How did this even happen? So Kid Connor previously, this is pre-coming out, mind you, he did not identify as anything. I think he might have said he was straight. Either way, I don't fucking care. But he portrayed a bisexual character on television. And there's always been this debate, should straight people portray queer characters? Should trans people only portray trans characters? In my opinion, I don't really have a stance on trans characters. I just think personally it is better for a trans actor to portray a trans actor, and that does happen in the show anyways, which is, it just makes more sense to me. You can be an amazing actor, but sometimes you just will never understand what it's like to go through that. So that makes sense because it's a different idea than sexuality. That's identity at that point. And make it clear, sexuality does not equate to identity. They're separate. Some of y'all forget that. In terms of should straight actors portray queer characters, it's already happened. It has happened throughout history and television, and I'm not personally offended by it when I see someone who identifies as straight portray a gay character, as long as it's not something like fucking James Corden doing like a personification of a gay man. They took the top 10 stereotypes of a gay man, slapped on a character, and said, act that out. You're just being tone deaf at that point. But I would also argue that a gay man portraying that would not make that character better. It would just be sad. I would blame the writer at that point. In conclusion, a character is not limited to their sexuality, so don't do that, Hollywood. Because listen, if the character is great, I'll like it. If I can relate to the character, I don't really care how the actor portrays them as long as they portray it. Like, if you can do it well, I applaud you. That's called good acting to me. That's just to me. And you can have your own opinion, you're valid with that. So we have Kid Connor, whose sexuality hasn't really been explicitly said because, what? They don't owe it to you, right? And a lot of people love the fact that he portrayed a bisexual character. They like the fact that they even had a bisexual character as a main character because they're usually just not represented. And if you watch the show, you see the struggles. If you read the comics, you see this character go through their own journey into becoming who they are and figuring out their identity, even at the age of what, they're in high school, so like 16 years old, I think 14 even. And I love the fact that it is a teenager, or at least someone who looks like a teenager portraying them, because I'm sorry Riverdale, y'all have grown adults. They're fully grown. They're paying taxes now. They got life insurance. Like, give that show up, let it go. Some of y'all are responsible for it because y'all still watch it. So when some fans found out, oh, Kid Connor's portraying a bisexual character, but is Kid Connor bi? We must find out. Things went a little bit haywire. This show has been out for a year, mind you, so it's like, it's already been piling up since day one. You already have people offended about it, and TikTok does not help. It literally just piles up until eventually everyone jumps on the bandwagon, kind of like how a lot of people just started to shit on Taylor Swift just because they wanted to, and now all of y'all love Taylor Swift because it's popular again. Make up your mind. Every fandom has toxicity, so it's like, those were the people talking about it. But then it became, oh, he's queerbaiting because he's portraying a bisexual character when he's not bi. And this is mainly on Twitter and TikTok. And to me, I'm just like, did y'all ever look up what queerbaiting means? Do you have any idea about where this originated from? I'm sure there's histories of queerbaiting already, but I would love to do a video just about modern queerbaiting. Some examples: Katy Perry singing I Kissed a Girl. They called her out for that. Billie Eilish talking about how she loves women, or like how she wanted to kiss a woman in a music video or something, or she did kiss a woman but is dating a guy. And then people said, stop queerbaiting, stop profiting off of queer relationships. And it's a complex topic because, like, yes, people can profit off of queerness because it's trendy now, let's admit it. Not in the sense that, like, oh, if you come out as gay, you will instantly be popular, but like things like when Charlie Puth literally admitted, oh, he took some elements of queerness in terms of style to figure out his own self. I wouldn't say he's queerbaiting. I don't really have much thoughts on Charlie Puth because I don't care enough to. I don't listen to his music. Another thing was when Harry Styles just like started to wear different things besides like a suit. People were like, oh my god, why is he in a dress? He's a man and he's straight. That's queerbaiting. And I'm just like, you don't have to like the man, okay? You really don't have to. That's fine. That's up to you. But you can't just say queerbaiting anytime you want. Like, it changes the definition, and it literally ruins the history of it, because now people will say anything is queerbaiting. A guy wearing nail polish on TikTok is queerbaiting now, apparently. I think the people who think these guys who like wear nail polish or like are in touch with their sexuality when it's literally just like, oh, they wore a skirt. I think people are just starting to be more attracted to men who can embrace femininity. And finally, we have way more freedom to do this and to do this and this. And heterosexual men can do it too. And I love that about it, because I'm like, everyone should be comfortable doing that. In terms of what queerbaiting originally meant, it is a form of media that promotes the idea that there will be LGBTQ+ representation, or there will be a queer relationship, or there will be a queer character, but there isn't. Let's say I'm a producer and I'm making a movie and I advertise it as, y'all, this new movie, it's got 2 girls and they are gay. And I say that for a whole year. I get all the queer community up in arms because they're like, oh my god, gay women? Yes, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna support it. And then the movie comes out. Get it? Oh my god, it's so funny. And it turns out the 2 girls just share a kiss when they're drunk. And then that's it. And now y'all are like, wait. But you said gay. You said there'd be a relationship there. They just kissed. I know it's a bad example, but the point is, I baited you into thinking there would be gay people in it. I made you think there was queer representation, and I got queer people to watch it, which means I literally profited from queer people. I got your money. That was what queerbaiting was. And even if there was a relationship, it would either be in a very stereotypical manner, looked down upon, or so taboo it's like, oh, they got together but they didn't end up staying together. It was just like a one-time thing and they regret it. That's what a lot of movies did back then. Nowadays, people just think when someone who is straight or doesn't explicitly say they're queer does something that they see as queer, it's queerbaiting. But I also think we have to reflect on ourselves when we say that, because I too have done that like when I was younger. And it only took me some time to realize, oh, I'm just very envious of them. I'm very envious of the fact that this straight man can be in touch with his sexuality, whereas I have to remain closeted, and I can't do it because I lived in a suburbia. And that's not easy to watch when you're young and consuming so much content of seeing couples together. And remember what I said about how we literally feel so bad about ourselves when we watch other people just be in happy relationships? That's the same thing. It's like, we are miserable sometimes when we see other people live our dreams, which is expressing their sexuality, expressing what they really want to dress like, being able to wear nail polish as a man. Anyone who's closeted has had some envious thoughts about that, even if it is a queer person who can be that. It's like, when I was young, I wanted to be Tyler Oakley. When I was young, I wanted to be able to just kiss a boy on camera. And it probably feels even worse for these people when they have to see someone who doesn't even have to say their sexuality. And I'm not defending this, like, obviously, it's wrong to do this. I'm just saying it's a normal feeling. Like, I think envy should be normalized, personally. We all feel it, y'all. How you act upon it, that's your prerogative. I'm not supporting every decision you do. I'm just saying, maybe we should self-reflect a little, which I know we don't like doing, but trust me, it does a lot for you, because I too have been there. That's what I personally think a bunch of people mean when they say someone queerbaits nowadays. Let me know what y'all think, because they always do with popular people. Of course you will, because you look at them and they're a celebrity. They're a celebrity and have all this popularity, and still can do this, but I can't. I feel like that's what goes on in your head. Now onto Kid Connor, because I just got reminded of it. So these fans, they literally pressured him to come out because it was always these accusations of, how dare you portray a bi character when you're straight? Literal death threats, which is like, I can't believe we say that now as like a common thing, but yeah, there were death threats to him. Mind you, he just turned 18. He's 3 years younger than me, y'all. I don't even know how to think about that when you're, what, 17 years old, thinking about this, seeing this happen online. So we recently tweeted, let me fucking get this tweet. Back for a minute, I'm bi. Congrats for forcing an 18-year-old to out himself. I think some of you missed the point of the show. Bye. Mind you, the last tweet he did was on September 12th. This is a silly app, bit bored of it now, deleting Twitter. So it's been going on for a while. It got 1 million likes because literally everyone was talking about this. And I want to just read some tweets underneath this thread. So, I feel like queerbaiting should only be used in the context of a corporation, show, or creation pulling viewers in by alluding to queer representation, but then never fully going there, so as to not alienate homophobic viewers. Boom! This person's just more well-spoken than me. There's still some people who are saying real humans can queerbait, and I'm like, if they are straight, they can't queerbait, because they're not queer. And if you say they're queerbaiting by saying they dress a certain way, like Harry Styles, dressing, I don't know his sexuality by the way, so I literally have not known if he said anything about it, but I don't care. Not my business. And not any of our businesses. But people always say he is queerbaiting because he dresses more femininely and wears dresses and, you know, not normal stuff, I guess. And to me, it's like, if you say that, you have a limited view of what queerness means, because that means you associate femininity on men as gay. Like, if a man wears nails, suddenly they are more prone to be queer or something because you think they're more feminine. And I would rather people just be able to be feminine. Yes, it's not common for straight men to be feminine, but God forbid they try something. Like, if a man wants to explore their femininity, I'm down. Do what you want. I support you. I also want to reference the comics because if you were a true Heartstopper fan, you would have at least read the comics by now because it's been out for so long. I didn't read the comics going up because I didn't have time, but after the show came out, I read it and I like it much more than the show. This is a screenshot from one of the scenes. There's this idea that if you're not straight, you have to tell all your family and friends immediately, like you owe it to them. But you don't. You don't have to do anything until you're ready. And even in the show, they say that. They literally portray the idea of this. So I'm like, what did you watch? What flew over your head? Did you not pay attention because all you were doing was fetishizing 2 white gay men? There's also some people who really don't understand what it means to be outed or like forced to come out. And let me break it down for you. And if you're not queer, I get that's why you wouldn't understand, but like have some sympathy. Like there's literally people responding to Kit's comment saying, I don't get how you were outed. I'm like, shut up. Remove your keyboard, please. You don't deserve it. Outed and being forced to come out is when someone either threatens you to do so, like the fans, blackmails you, such as what happened to Nikki Tutorials. In her situation, if she didn't come out, the person who had the blackmail on her would have done it for her. Even before the internet, like, it would be physical violence. Like, if you didn't come out, we would beat you up. But even after you came out, we'd still beat you up because you're gay and a faggot. Or when people literally couldn't work because if you were gay, you couldn't work for this company because they didn't allow gay people. Like, there's so many variations of being outed. A lot of it is online nowadays because a lot of us are online. So for you to think that someone can't physically out you or force you to come out, just say you don't understand what it's like to be pressured in life. This isn't fans just saying, come on, just come out for us. These are fans saying, fuck you for portraying an actor. I hate you. Die. How dare you portray this character when you're not gay? Either say you're gay or we'll not watch the show, or don't do season 2. Like, you don't deserve it. Another reminder, it's a 17-year-old hearing this, because that's when it started for him. What were you doing at 17? Just how was your mentality at 17? Don't worry, like, we can wait. You can take the time to find the answer. I'll give it to you. It was shit. Because all of our mentality was shit back then. Let me show you the other threads, because like it's so funny how dumb people can be. This girl makes a thread. You guys are so awful. Like, the whole show was about homophobia and someone who was in the closet, yet y'all made the whole actor out himself, which completely goes against the point of the show. You guys are disgusting and should be ashamed of yourselves. And then someone replied to that by saying, bet he was as privileged as in the show when telling his actual family he got off easy, the rest of us don't. And I think this perfectly defines what I said earlier. You're just envious. And that's normal to be envious, but you don't take it out on people. you reflect on yourself and become a better person. Because guess what? I went on this person's profile who replied, they're gay too. They have the rainbow flag in their banner. So like what kind of friendly fire? It's not friendly fire, but like why are you shooting across your own fence? We're your neighbors. Like what's wrong with you? Just because you had it bad doesn't mean every other gay person has to suffer. You know why the show is so good? It's because for once, queer people in high school are not suffering. Like they're actually happy. Because Hollywood loves to make us suffer in high school. And yeah, some of us did. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, if you didn't suffer, you're not truly gay. If you didn't get bullied in high school for being gay, you're not really gay. You're weak. And this just goes to show like people really don't care about celebrities. And I'm like, listen, I'm not going to defend a celebrity till the day I die besides Taylor Swift. But also like I have sympathy. Like I'm able to show sympathy for people because I recognize celebrities are people. You realize YouTubers are people too, right? If this was your favorite YouTuber doing it, would you then defend them? Because it's your fave? What if it was your favorite K-pop idol that you have in your Twitter bio? Like, would you then defend them? And also if Kid got off easy with his family because they didn't kick him out of the house, thank you. I'm glad that happened. Like, I would never wish someone to be kicked out of their family. I don't care if you're a celebrity. I don't care if you're Republican or like literally a dick. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone besides Donald Trump and this person at this point, because like you're not part of the community if you're gonna be like this, because that's not what community means. We need to redo our definition because this community is fucked. Okay, it's fucked. If you don't know, I personally think the online queer community is the worst community ever. In person, I don't want to hear anyone try to debate it. We are amazing in person because we see you and we will help you. And we know, okay? We defend you, we lift each other up, we make each other feel comfortable just as strangers when we pass each other. But online, no. So like if you say you're a Heartstopper fan, I don't even know what you call yourself, a Heartstopper itself, like I don't know. But if you say you're a fan and you did this, I will reject you from the fandom. Like I have the authority, mind you. Like, look at me to you. Look at this. Are you in a suit with no shirt on? It's hot, y'all. No, you're not. So I'm pushing you out of the fandom because you need to learn and reflect on yourself before you want to come back in, because the whole purpose of this show, the premise of this show is literally about cute love. And that's why some people don't even like it, because it's that cute. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. But for me, I love the fact that children can just watch this and they can grow up just like feeling like they can actually have a good life in high school and not dread the idea of being bullied. If you think that because a gay person wasn't bullied, they're suddenly like less gay, get off the internet. Reflect on yourself, unpack your trauma. I think that's very important for all of us to do. Watch ContraPoint's video about envy. That's where a lot of this inspiration came from. I doubt these people are watching, but like if you say people queerbait all the time on TikTok, think about why you say that. Are they in a relationship and you're not? Are they able to be proud of themselves and you can't express that? And I'm not saying like, wow, you're lame because you can't wear nails in public. I'm not gonna drag you for having to be closeted. I know what it's like to go through that. And what I can do is sympathize with you. And I get it, like if you're in a closeted household, the last thing you want to think about is sympathy because that's all you wanted in life. And I've been there. I know what it's like to just want someone to at least recognize you and support you. But it's not okay to lash out online on other people. Like, being online will only do worse for you because you will continue this negativity in your head. Find an online friend who will help you. Find a community because it is possible. But if you waste your teenage years on just being envious, you will regret it once you're older. There's a lot of times when I didn't want to watch queer relationships because I was just so sad I wasn't in one. And that's fine. You can have that feeling. I'm not saying you can't. That's literally how humans work. You can be envious. We've all been there. But don't bully someone or send death threats because that's just being a bad person. You don't want to be a bad person, do you? Unless you want to be the bad guy. I mean, you can be Billie Eilish, whatever. I'm not going to continue down this road because it will literally make me want to destroy something, and I have not been there in a while. I'm not going back down that route. This is also not even roasting the other side of the fandom. Like, there are more people who are even weirder than this, and I'm ready to unpack that, and I'm purposely waiting until season 2 comes out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave a comment down below about your thoughts on this whole situation. Let's start a conversation, and if I see anyone being bitches, blocked. Bye. I don't have time to deal with it. I look too pretty to deal with this. Subscribe for more videos every week. I love doing commentary stuff, and subscribe for more videos every week. And if you want to know more about my life and like behind the scenes, become a member of the channel. You also get fun emojis. There's multiple benefits. You can look into it yourself. That's it. I'm gonna go rest because I'm getting heated. Like, I'm getting sweaty now. While I undress, you can follow my social medias right here. Okay, I love y'all. Everything is less than 3. Bye.